Well, welcome to Norwood Oval here, everyone. My name's Andrew Sperling, my partner Peter White. We are the 10th inning, and here we are at Game 4 in this little 4-game series, and they went back-to-back and played 8 games, not nearly consecutively. So here we are at the end of this little series between the Blue Sox and the Adelaide Bite. It's all pretty much tied up. The Bite are leading this series 2-1, and the Blue Sox took their series over there 3-1. So again, we just from the Bites perspective, it's all out for the win, and for the Blue Sox, they have a little bit of leniency, but I'm sure just as a group they'd like to get on that plane with a win and go back at 2 apiece. So it's going to be an interesting game. Couple of changes again. Blue Sox, the lineup: JD Williams at left field, Zach Penprose at shortstop, Mitch Denning centre field, James Robbins DHing, Chris Snelling at right field, Jeff Klein's catching, Boss Monaroa at first base, Shane Benson comes back in at third base, Jacob Eunice at second base, and Tim Atherton will take the hill for the Blue Sox. For the Bite, Nate Melendrez is at shortstop, Benny Lodge is at left field, Steph Welsh at third base, G-Man Shaw at first base, Quincy Lattimore centre field, Adam Kim DHing, Angus Roger right field, Chris Adamson's catching, Josh Cakebread is playing second base, and Dushan Ruzic will take the mound for the Bite. So pretty much the same formula that they've been going with. Jeremy Creswell has a slight little oblique strain, and that's sort of putting him on the sidelines momentarily, but just got a very able replacement in Nate Melendrez. He loves playing the position, and he's not putting a foot wrong in that position. As all the Bite boys who are doing a terrific job in do-or-die situations. Quincy Lattimore balancing things up for him out at centre field, and putting one out last night would do a great deal for his confidence, and just to getting some good bat on ball for him, I'm sure, is really going to help him and be a real positive for the Bite. We'll just take a short break. We're not very far away, just seconds away. So we'll have a short break. I'll see you back for that first pitch real soon. So welcome back, everyone. Beautiful afternoon game here, 1 o'clock in the afternoon in beautiful sunny Adelaide. About 32, 34 degrees. It's just a perfect day, and Big Ruzic, who they've been using out of the pen in the early Game 1 situation, just for a very short little spell, and then becoming the Game 4 starter. So the big workhorse needs this sort of stuff, and he fires in a strike for a 1-1 count here on lead-off JD Williams. And again, big fella tries to get a slider rolling in, but leaves it outside for ball 2. Delivers again. Ditto pitch. Just not finishing it off, just a little bit cautious to want to come and sit one right in the middle of the plate. And just left a couple of sliders outside as he fires back in and gets one right at the top of the height of the strike zone. As JD just confirms that with the chief for a full count. He delivers again. He gets a ground ball to third base. Welsh, just as the machine he is, makes the play and gets things rolling for the Adelaide bite. Especially with the first couple of days here being very, very hot for the players. 44 degrees. No matter which way you wanted to look at it, was hot, sweaty conditions, and it was very sapping of energy. So here they are on day 4. And really doing a good job as Ruzic fires one in for strike 1. And again, from the wind-up, gets an off-speed, a slower slider. Penprace just got out in front of and tipped it off the end of the bat for foul. So an 0-2 count, which Zach's been in a little bit, just never really being able to have good at-bats, and he swings through and strikes out. And Mitch Denning, the 3-hole hitter for the Sox, takes a ball, first pitch. As Ruzic comes again, he drives that up the middle. Cake bread back in his hole and in a backhand play. Sort of had the ball in his mitt, but in the process of the slide, his knee knocked it out of his glove and enables Mitch Denning to get on via a base hit up the middle, single forward. He takes off first pitch and Robbins is going after it in a run and hit sort of situation. It was up and out and Robbins liked it, but he fouled it off. So Denning resumes at first base. Plenty of sign flashing going on. And then has been the case with both teams when they've had opportunities, as Denning goes again and that pitch is in and bounces off the shin pad of Adamson. And it also got a little piece of Robbins on the way through too. So he gets on via hit by pitch ball. And consequently, Mitch Denning moves into scoring position. So Snelling, who's also been in lots of these sorts of situations over this weekend, over this series, hasn't quite come up the trumps he would have liked. He's hit a long ball and taken some big swings and hit the ball hard, but just not been able to get the results he and his team have wanted. And there's a regulation slider from Ruzic, straight in ahead of the count, 0-1. So an early opportunity for the Blue Sox here with 2 out. Ruzic with the long pause on the mound, delivers, just misses outside, ball 1. All the diehards in here on this very early Sunday afternoon game. Terrific crowd. Whoa, there's a interesting one with Snelling hitting a foul ball and in the swing let go of the bat and it held its way back to the Sox dugout. His own brother's over there. He says, hey, give me some pine tar. Get a bit of stick factor going as the boss helps him out. And as I've kept mentioning about Boss not having it all his own way either and not getting the results he would like, but still just doing his job. It's just a good, happy-go-lucky team man helping people out. Good example. So Ruzic comes again. Gets a bit of a change up and Snelling does the same thing. He fouls it off. Sitting right around the mark on that pitch, not with his most fluent swing, but certainly holding himself back, and timing was okay to make an adjustment and drive it if he could have got his hands at it. So you can see that he's really putting everything into this at-bat, knowing how much a good base hit here or a long ball would be to his team. So they set up inside at him, and Ruzic comes and goes way inside, and he hits him too. So in the effort of trying to locate a pitch with that big sidearm flinging action, he's put the last two on by hitting him. Not often you see manager Harris go out, normally pitching coach Wally Marks, but the Big Feathers has got something to say, and he needs to say it directly to his pitcher. So they have a good face-to-face chat. Tony rolls on back to the bench. So we resume, loaded bases, 2 out. And Ruzic fires one way outside. Ball one. Klein has been threatening a little bit also without being dominant. Gets a fastball down the middle and puts a big swing on, but to no effect. Head rolled around with that swing. You can always tell when somebody's really seeing another. They want to so balanced and their head is so still on impact. And he's put a better swing on that one, but he's flowing it out to left field. Still got a lot of carry on it. And Lodgy lost it. It's landed 2 feet behind him. So 1 scored, 2 scored. And the third guy put out at the plate, Snelling, trying to milk it for all it was worth, but they scored 2 on that error by Lodge out at left field where he just lost it in the sun, a pop fly. And then a disappointing end with the Adelaide bite not being able to parcel up a pop fly at left field. The Blue Sox score 2. Have a short break. See you in a sec. So welcome back, everyone. Blue Sox get on the board via a crucial muffed fly out at left field. Obviously I'm not out there, so I can't tell you what the sun would be like, so we can't be too harsh in our judgment, but one would expect it to be taken. As that pitch is inside from starter Atherton on lead-off Melendrez for ball one. As Melendrez pops it up directly behind the plate. There's a little flurry. So Melendrez, who was red hot last night, very valuable part of this team, and he gets a slider that he waits on beautifully, and you could see his intent to drive it right side hard, and he just snicked it in the process, but it's not an easy hitter to get one by. Atherton will have his work cut out and have to throw an excellent pitch. He throws a breaking pitch up. Melendrez takes. So again, working from the set, Atherton gets another breaking pitch, but just leaving it up just a fraction. From ball two. So 2-2 count. He comes hard. Melendrez fouls that one off down the right field line. Ball's got a little bit of carry today. Got quite hot, thick conditions, and it's another thing with that last fly ball in the previous dig with Ben Lodge. He could see him sort of cruising his way back in an endeavour to stay behind the ball, but just must pass through the sunlight, and in a millisecond you lose contact with the ball and you're in all sorts of trouble. And incredibly enough, it just landed. He only had 4 feet to the fence, and it landed in between he and the fence. But Melendrez keeps fighting on in an excellent lead-off at bat here for the bite. And he ends up popping one up himself to deep shortstop Penprose going back. Takes the catch. So that retires Melendrez. So Atherton, number 2 here to Lodge. Fastball inside. And there's a shot by Lodge to left field. Goes back deep. J.D. Williams looked a little tentative on it, but he got in the right spot and flashed the leather, and it went in at a vital stage. He was a little bit worried about the fence, and there was just a slight little hesitation, but he still took the line drive shot to left field by Ben Lodge. So Stephen Welsh, he was also on fire last night. got some fun in the stand here. If not sure, the lens would probably blow it out if Pete had a bit of a look, but we got Chopper right in front of us and Domino. And the great field staff here are just wandering around, giving things away, making it a bit fun for everyone here. Blue Sox fans just went and had a photo taken with Chopper. Really good vibe. Not a great deal of people, but the real diehards, as we said. And it's always nice to give something back. So back to the baseball. Atherton to Welsh. Strike two, that filled the count. That was a pitch straight down the guts on a 3-1 count that I'm sure Steph would like to have again. So again, throws one. Welsh rips it around the corner, foul. So after a good long at bat by Melendrez, Welsh has the same, and he hits a little flare over the top of third base. And it had its radar working and landed in between three converging Blue Sox fielders. So a lucky little flare to Welshie there, but it's all green in the book.
First baseman, G-Man Joy!
So G-Man Choi comes to the plate, gets a breaking pitch outside, ball one. So Atherton delivers again, fastball, just body weight, fell heavily to his left and he fired a high fastball outside, trying to put a little bit more on it, and just left the old arm behind and consequently threw an up and out fastball. So he comes again, he gets a good pitch inside that must have missed by a whisker. Had a little rock of the head and just goes for his mandatory little walk off the mound. Picks up his thoughts and resumes duties on a 3-0 count to Choi. He just misses outside. So just missed with a couple of very close pitches, but he walks Choi. So a little visit to Atherton just to slow things up and reassess. We'll be back very shortly.
Now folks, you've got to stay a moment. Anthony in the merch shed is looking quite down on his luck at the moment. So go down and put a smile on his face by checking out the great range of merchandise we've got down there. You must be behind the white dugout.
So Quincy Lattimore with runners on first and second for the bite. 2 out. And Atherton radar retuned. Bangs the fast ball in. Strike one. Again, he delivers breaking pitch that Lattimore broke down in the back leg and tried to lift it, but got it off the end of the bat for a meek little foul ball. So an 0-2 count. Atherton breaking pitch, and he pops it up right in the centre of the diamond. Penpraise calls everyone out as the chief at shortstop takes the infield fly, and that retires the bite. And we complete one. Blue Sox 2, Adelaide bite yet to score. See you in a moment. So welcome back, everyone, wherever you be throughout this magnificent world of ours. Back to the top of the second of this 9-inning game, Game 4, between the Blue Sox, Sydney Blue Sox, and the Adelaide bite. Ruzic gets a fast ball outside for ball one. Comes again at Mona Roa, and that's inside for ball two. Good to see umpire hanging tough and calling his same strike zone for both pitches, because Ruzic just missed that previous pitch by a very short margin. And that's certainly the challenge of all men behind the plate, as Mona Roa fouls that one off again. 2-2 count. It's to remain consistent in a strike zone, so that all hitters, if they've had a decent enough at bat and they know what's being called and what's not, they can continue to work that way in their mindset with their at bats. Hitters know their strike zone to millimetres. Incredible, with your focus being out in the middle and then coming to the plate. But they really just work so hard as a hitter to know your strike zone and know that you can cover outside and inside. Mona Roa picks a walk. So Ruzic starts it up with the slider and Shane Benson, and it was just a little up. Looked like to a big tall hitter, just right in their sweet spot as he fires a fastball, and wow. So the pitchers can't buy a strike at the moment as Benson gets jammed on a 2-0 count. Right field Roger comes in, does a good job. Backs his second baseman up, who went back, and you could see him in a little state of worry. Roger got in quickly, called him out, and took the pop fly. So Jacob Eunice, who's been a terrific player for the Blue Sox over the weekend, filling some gaps and getting his starts. Been hitting the ball hard, especially right side. Been letting the ball travel and been going with the velocity of the ball. Been hitting really well as he chops that to the ground for foul. So Adamson goes and has a chat with Ruzic as well, just to slow the pace of the game down and give his big fella another pep talk. So from the set, delivers, gets a good fastball, possible double play, 4 to 6. And just nice slide by Monaroa, just had Melendrez upended. And in the process of throwing the ball, he put it in the dirt, and Choi, as you'll love to see, the big, strong first baseman just went to ground and blocked it, kept it in front of him. Such an important aspect again for your fielders to know that you've got a first baseman who'll do that for you. So you can go like blazers and try to make every play you can, knowing you're going to get all assistance from your first baseman. As Ruzic gets a slider across for strike 1. So with 2 out, at the top of the second, runner on, and there he goes. He's off. Oh, and a good throw, but it deflected off of Eunice's helmet just as he was sliding into the base. It's caught the back of Eunice's helmet, and it's deflected out to left field. So nothing wrong with the play at all, but as luck has it, Jacob has his noggin in the spot at the right time. And he advances to 3. So Ruzic, good breaking ball, and Choi stays down on it. And again, JD Williams just absolutely busting up that line. Also a frustrated baseballer at the moment. No score for the Blue Sox, but they still lead it 2-0. We'll have a short break. See you in a sec. So welcome back to Norwood Oval here. Bottom of the second inning as Atherton is just going through his provisionals. And the throw over from Klein. He's got a very strong arm. And as Pete is just panning out to straightaway centre field, you'll see on the fence out there a silhouette, and I believe that we had CSI here overnight on a supposed assault on the fence by centre fielder Mitch Denning. And in their magnificent work that they do, they dusted the fence, and there's the blazing picturette, if that's a word, of Mitch Denning. As Cam goes first pitch and hits one to that man that we're talking about, and he has no issues with the sun.
Right fielder, Angus Roger.
As Atherton delivers the ball to Angus Roger. And he check swings and gets a little bit of bat on the way through to Klein's chest plate. Hope you're enjoying our coverage here. It's always a pleasure to bring it to you. As Atherton comes again with a breaking pitch that he leaves up, and Klein gives a little ball in hand cock of the wrist to say, hey, you've got to get over the top on that pitch if you want to throw it. So the catcher giving a bit of visual instruction to his pitcher, Atherton. He comes again, leaves a fastball up. So although he was well ahead of the count, a couple of waste pitches that were absolutely that. And the catcher just saying, hey, we can do better than that. And get a nice breaking ball, tailing out. As he hammers one around the corner. J.D. Williams right into the corner. Makes a strong throw to Eunice at second base, but Roger picks up a base hit for the bite. So Atherton again. Adamson fouls that ball off onto Cooper's Hill. So with the runner on, Atherton throws a slider that Adamson just got a piece of the bat on. Just got a couple of emails to say that things aren't so great at home with the coverage here. Again, coming through the producer's headphones, it's all sounding hunky-dory, but we do apologise. We'll have a bit of a look into things. Perhaps our great mate, the Fuses, or PMAC or any of the boys in Sydney as they take off on the play. Thankfully, because it would have been a double play. But Adamson's put out at first and Roger gets to second safely. So if any of our listeners are listening, can you confirm or deny that got some issues with the volume here? We're using a new mixer board, which still coming to grips with, so quite possibly. Just email us at livebaseball@10thinnings.com.au. So with 2 out, bottom 2. Runner in a scoring position for the bite, and Angus Roger. And Atherton delivers to Cakebread outside, ball 1. And your breaking pitch by Atherton for a strike. So still some amazing results going around and on around the country. Canberra up on the heat in game 4, 5-0, I believe, mid-game. As Cakebread gets a shot into left field, they're going to send him. That ball is high. And Roger's put out at the plate. So that completes the second dig. No score to the bite. Lovely all the way throw from J.D. Williams. A tad high, but had Roger cold. We'll have a short break. We'll see you in a minute. So welcome back, everyone. Top 3. And Zach Penpraise takes the much heavier strike from Ruzic Big fella's gone in and taken a pet pill and put 10 mile an hour on it and fires another one in. Ball one. There's a good slider from Ruzic with his sidearm action. He starts it at the hitter, so to sort of hang in there as a hitter and not shy, and to stay in a good hitting position and let the slider do its work and still make contact over the plate. Not an easy thing to do, and Penprace did a much better job there. So 1-2 count. Ruzic gets a fastball and blows him away. Mitch Denning, who hit a ground ball up the middle for a base hit at his first at bat. Takes one inside, strike for a 1-1 count. I think a couple of the guys ringing in and telling us that all's going wrong, because I got Megan in Sydney saying coverage and sound is fine here in Sydney. And after last night's game and win by our boys, I'm not going to ask who rocks. Ha ha, she says. And Gordy Penhall's watching on his laptop in the shed with new speakers set up and said it sounds great. So thank you, Gordy. And Angus from Anguston, bit of an update of some software for you, old boy. Ball's ripped around the corner by Denning, foul.
And kids, please do not run onto the field to retrieve foul balls. No, please. Do not listen.
So Ruzic resumes and fires one inside. Gets Denning scurrying because that ball bounced right at his feet.
In right field, please do not enter field of play to retrieve foul balls. They will be yours to keep if they go over the fence. However, if they're in the field of play.
Denning takes a big lick at that pitch and foul.
But it might be on the parade right now.
2-2 count. One out, no one on for the Blue Sox, who via a muff fly in the first dig scored 2. Bases loaded, they were off and running. Snelling tried to score from first, and as Denning just punches a hard ground ball through the 4-3 gap for a base hit.
With that said, one out for the Sydney Blue Sox. That brings the plate. Designated hitter, James Robbins.
So Ruzic has a little pick against Denning. From the set, the big fella goes again with another pick off. Good athlete, Denning. Left-hand hitter in the box. 2-2 count. he's off. They get a pitch out. It's a great throw. And Denning, in my vision from here, I would have thought got that leg through. It was a great throw. But it was a superb slide by Denning, but given out.
So now with 2 outs, Sydney Blue Sox in top of the 30.
And Robbins pops one to Benny Lodge again just to make him get those sunnies on and make sure everything's cool. And although it was a little iffy, he gets it in the big mitt and takes the catch. That gets rid of the Blue Sox in the top of the third. We'll have a short break. We'll see you shortly.
Alright, leading on for the ball, the 13. Original leadoff man, shortstop, Nate Melendres.
So Nate Melendres leads off the bottom of the third here for the Adelaide Bite. Atherton continues, fires in a fastball. Strike one. There's a breaking pitch from Atherton. Just leaving his pitches up a little bit, Tim. Klein's advice to him was pretty good to finish that pitch off a little bit and get it breaking down and not staying up. And he gets a pitch that he throws outside. Gets a ground ball outside that Melendres pulls around the corner. Penprose rounds it up and makes the out.
And now we'll sit down Nate Melendres. Brings up left fielder, number 21, Benny Lodge.
So Ben Lodge. It's a long driving ball to straight away centre field, and that is out of here. Benny Lodge responds like the good young man that he is and hits a solo shot over the straightaway centre field fence there. And he just cannot be stopped. goes and collects his bat after touching the plate. And gets a good collection of high fives from the group to say, hey, that's the sort of guy you are. You keep on coming. Great stuff, Benny Lodge. As Welsh takes a strike. Atherton then rolls a curveball over for strike 2. Fastball, curveball sort of guy, Atherton. It's from the set. Delivers and gets a fastball. Welsh, little inside out on that. JD Williams going into the corner. He takes the catch. 2 out.
First baseman, G-Man Joy!
So Atherton to Choi. Big swing and a miss by Choi. Strike 2. Breaking pitch. Just froze G-Man. And he doesn't strike out too often. So an excellent curveball by Atherton. As I put my teeth back in, we'll see you in a moment. So Chris Snelling leads off top 4 here for ball 1. Sorry everyone, just had a little time out as I'm here by myself today. Just a quick refreshment. So Klein at the plate for the Blue Sox. It's warming up a little bit here. We're just about to embark on another heat wave as Klein gets a 4-pitch walk and Ruzic walks all the way down.
First baseman, Boss.
Get the ball from the catcher. The umpy was trying to give him a newie and he didn't want anything to do with it. Gives you a bit of an indication that he thought that pitch was fat. So Klein on via a walk. Talk about the players having to endure the heat. Obviously the great team of umpires that have been out here flipping between home plate duties and base umpire responsibilities. Doing a really good job as always. Oh, and there's a errant pick-off from Ruzic. He puts Klein onto second. Really needs to knuckle down here, the big Roo. Been around long enough to know you win some and you lose some. Got to keep stepping that up and keep that mind right in gear. Misses up and out. Ball 2. So Mona Roa, and although it's a 1-run lead to the Sox at the moment, bit of a fan favourite of the boss. It'd be nice to see him just for his own self-worth get something good here to really pick his spirits up a little bit. So Ruzic gets a pitch inside. Ball 3. Sorry, ball 2. So 2-1 count, 1 out. Klein on second for the Sox. And there's a big high fly ball foul. So the boss picks a walk. Put runners on first and second here.
And that base on first, Boss Monroe at first base. Begins the plate. Number 4, third baseman, Johnny Benson.
Benson gets an inside pitch that he fouls.
And that ball was just going right over my head. It's car park, and that's what's the defense. I say it down anyway.
So a little opportunity here for the Blue Sox. And Ruzic gets him to pop one off the end of his bat. Choi says, that's mine. He takes a soft little pop fly from Benson.
Second baseman, number 43, Johnny Hughes.
So Eunice. Chief has called a ball from behind the plate. So again, Manager Harris out there having a chat. Quick opportunity to always thank our wonderful sponsors who enable us to do this. And that is our Duct Air Conditioning, run by a great man in Tony Mazzini. He's running a special for any person who goes in and purchases a Duct Air Conditioning system. You mentioned the Mutz or the 10th inning, you'll get a free upgrade. MC Sportswear, Marshall Batteries, Colts Baseball Academy. Page 6, Sperling Office Solutions, Shane Bennett and Craig Watts. So a long list of very valued sponsors. Nice to think that a few of you people sitting home might give something back to them and remember them if you're ever in the market for anything that they specialise in. So 1-2 count on Eunice. 2 out. Runners on second and third. Hits a hard ball down the third baseline, but foul. Klein, who's running nearly right on the line, nearly got collected by that ball, which would have been a very interesting situation. He had been in the field of play. As Ruzic delivers again and gets a breaking pitch, a shallow little fly ball into centre field. Lattimore takes it comfortably, and that thwarts a little bit of danger, and the Roo gets out of another one. So we roll on, bottom 4. See you shortly. So Quincy Lattimore leads off the bottom of the fourth here. Beautiful Norwood Oval, temperature rising here. Currently 34 degrees. Nice bright sunlight for the players as he swings through a fastball. Strike one. So Atherton gets a fastball downstairs for 2-1 count. And Lattimore gets a pitch on the outside part of the plate, and he liked it. He snicked it to the backstop. Seemed a little regretful that he didn't quite nail that one. Gets one just a little up and a little in. Two count. Gets a breaking pitch that he just rolls around on and pulls it foul around the corner. So Lattimore once again receives another breaking pitch, or a fastball actually. Just crossed the letters and just blew him away. Good strikeout by Atherton. So Adam Cam takes a big looping curveball that missed by a long way. Klein goes out to have another chat with him. As I mentioned yesterday, pitching is an art and a skill that only very few people who play baseball have the ability to do. Some guys might have a good arm and throw the ball hard, but it doesn't mean they can pitch. It's an extremely skilled part of this game. It's very easy to sit up here and be critical. They do a great job, and it's all revolves around them. Cam pops that one up, deep shortstop. Penprose has lost it. Everyone's lost it. Cam, who hasn't shown much of his a bit of toe, sense that he might really take advantage of that ball that dropped in. So the Sun had another issue out there. Just the one that are very high pop flies that go right up into that deep blue sky and get lost momentarily. But really on the depth of that, unless it was just one of those unique ones, that should have been taken by an outfielder. So Angus Rozier swings through a slider. Strike one. Puts one in the dirt outside and well taken by Klein. Cam on second, one out. The last thing they want to do is advance him 90 feet on a wild pitch. Atherton just outside. So 2-1 count. Atherton delivers again and Rozier pops it up. The boss with the gutter, calls everyone out and takes a pop fly catch for the second out. So Chris Adamson has been going very well, both in his catching duties and being lively in the batter's box. Comes to the plate with 2 out and a runner on second. See if he can get himself a base knock and pick up an RBI and tie this game up, as that pitch is just down by Atherton. Ball 2. We like the look of that pitch and fouls it over the top of the stand. Hope you're having a very comfortable, casual Sunday afternoon. Love to know a cricket score if anyone could let me know. It was really turning into a very exciting game there at the SCG. So Atherton delivers again. And Adamson gets one, and in the process of Atherton trying to claw the ball, he actually deflected it. Penpraise was moving right in its line, but with the deflection off Atherton's hand, it was just enough for Adamson to get to first base safely, and in the process Adam Cam gets to third base. So with 2 out, runners in the corners. Bottom 4, Sydney Blue Sox are 2, Adelaide by are 1. Number 9, Josh Cakebread. He's been banging the ball around. Gets a chance. Pick up some RBI action. Gets a pitch up and out for ball 1. Prepares again and delivers. He jams Cakebread in. nearly committed to swing at that pitch out of the hand, and the further it went, the closer it got to his hands, and he had to move his body weight back to get the hands through, and in the process fouled it off. 1-1 count. First and third occupied, 2 out. Breaking pitch, and Catebread puts a good swing on it. Just foul tips it again. It's looked very likely, Josh Catebread, with the right hand of throwing. He looks really comfortable. It's going to take a good pitch to get by him, and he delivers. Breaking pitch, he drags it around the corner. It's called fair, and he's disappointed with the result, Josh. Monaroa makes the put out, and that retires the Adelaide bite. So the Blue Sox still 1-run leaders here in this very tight ball game, game 4. Have a short break. See you in a sec. Welcome back, everyone. JD Williams, who's struggled to get on. His Catebread takes a backhander and tries to flip throw and threw it wildly over the top of Choi, and Adamson doing a great job trying to get up the line. Just could not quite keep it from going out of play. So JD Williams rolls his way to second base. Picks up a infield hit, I would suggest. More than a wild throw. He was lucky to take it up the middle. And thank you to Megan for the cricket update. Sounds like the Aussies are rocking and rolling home for a 3-0 victory, and as early this morning the Aussies gave Sri Lanka the bird with our latest find, finishing them Sri Lankans off and making it a very chaseable target. So well done to the boys in the green baggy caps. That pitch just a little outside. So 1-1 count on Penpraise. who I think could be very, very eager to get on the big bird and head home to Sydney and try to forget all about this trip to Adelaide. Just hasn't quite worked for him as JD Williams draws a pick off to 2. And in a very awkward attempt by Ruzic, he threw it in the dirt and advanced JD 90 feet closer to home. As Chris Snelling mimics the pick-off down there to his buddies. He did a big wobbling monster motion, and that's what it was like a little bit. And there's a slider, and off the hands, Penpraise gets it long and deep into centre left field. Quincy Lattimore, a spectacular flying catch over left field. JD Williams tags and scores, but he robs Penpraise of a 2-run bomb, and that was spectacular. Quincy. Wow. That was spectacular by Quincy Lattimore. Had a great read on it. Went into the deep centre left hole. Just launched himself and accepted a catch as it was just about to tip over the fence. And that just about sums up Zach Penpraise's 4-game series here. Poor fella can't take a trick, but he gets a sack fly for his efforts. As Denning hits a, by his standards, a very timid ground ball to second base and grounds out.
And now it's throughout the inning. That brings the plate. Designated hitter, James O'Rourke.
And a better located breaking pitch from Ruzic to the lefty. Starting middle, just breaking through the hands. And Robbins liked it out of the hand, but couldn't handle it across the plate. Gets a fastball that he was right on. Drove it hard, foul. Ruzic again delivers. Ooh, he gets one inside again and he just gets a tip on it. Cannons off of Adamson's glove. So an 0-2 count, and the big Roo not mucking around with too many waste pitches. Don't send one down the middle. That would be my advice. As he delivers. He gets one outside and Robbins tries to check, but he committed to the swing, so he strikes out. And the Adelaide bite send the Blue Sox down, but they score a run via a wonderful long ball from Penpraise, which was taken over the fence by Quincy Lattimore. But JD Williams had done the job by getting to third base, and he came home on that long fly ball. So the Blue Sox take a 2-run lead with a 3-1 scoreline. We'll have a short break. See you soon. Close enough to halfway through this Sunday matinee ball game. There's a breaking pitch that Melendrez puts into left field. And JD read it beautifully at left field and really did make a good play on it. But as he slid and he received, he had it. And just with the impact of going to ground, it just flicked out of his mitt, and he's not happy. He had a really good chance and he made an excellent play on it, and he deserved to take the catch. There's Ben Lodge, who cannoned into another long ball for a solo home run at his last at-bat after hitting a line drive to left field at his first. Not a huge amount of speed in this Adelaide lineup. Now Lattimore's joined them, it adds. So really only Melendrez and Lattimore would be serious base runners. And with Nate on first. Opportunity for Adelaide to get something going and put the Blue Sox defence under a bit of pressure. With a high fastball, little out. Klein goes with the motion of the ball and fires one to Monaroa at first base to see if he can catch Melendrez napping, but he's way too savvy a baseballer for that sort of stuff. As Lodge gets a little dust in the eye, needs to tidy things up a fraction. He steps back into the box, facing Atherton. Goes up and in. Up and in that much that it flicked him on the way through. So he gets on via a hit by pitch ball. Van Stinsel doing some work in the pen, and I wouldn't think it'd be too long. He's getting red hot. So it doesn't get any easier for Tim out there. Runners on first and second, none out, with the 3, 4, 5 hitters in Welsh, Choi and Lattimore to contend with. And if I was a betting man, I'd be putting a few bucks on a couple of runs. I'm feeling it. He gets a breaking pitch across for strike one. Good first pitch by Atherton. Welsh hits a long fly ball to left field. JD, oof, again not looking exactly like he was in total control, even though it was a difficult slicing ball from left-handed Welsh. Hit a long ball out to left field, straight over the left shoulder of JD, who went back to the fence and lobbed in his glove about 3 feet from the fence. Melendrez, savvy as ever, tagged up, sailed to third base. So first and third, one out. With G-Man Choi, clean up hitter here to do a job for the Adelaide Bite. And he crashes one into centre right. That scores one. Benny Lodge hiking around the bases. Gets to third. Gets sent. Coming home. Not a great throw by Eunice. And in the process, couldn't be handled by Atherton in his backup role. And Choi rolls to third base. And the Bites score 2. So maybe one too many hitters for Atherton. The old adage, can never take a pitcher out too early. But Tim did a good job, and he's kept his team in the game, so that's important. Still a 3-all ball game. Got one out with a runner on third. Van Steensel come in and just do a little bit of prep work. And then Quincy Lattimore will shape up against him. We'll take this moment for a short break. We'll see you in a sec. So back we are live. Van Steensel. Heavy throwing, big righty against a guy that loves a heavy throwing, big righty. So really, with one out, Lattimore looking to get some big bat on ball, but Van Steensel just done a bit of scouting on the Quincy 2 and knowing he's prone to swing at high fastballs, and does exactly that. So now he's got to knuckle down. They go inside and gets it outside. Ball 1. So again, Van Steensel delivers. Quincy swings through it. He strikes out.
And that was down to Lattimore. Now with 2 out. That brings the plate designated.
So the pitching change gets immediate results. Strikes a dangerous Lattimore out. With 1 out and a runner on third. It's crucial. It was a go-ahead run now as he fires one inside to Cam. He shuffles that big frame and takes an inside fastball. And again, bit of a change up from Van Steensel, beautifully disguised. Just had Adam eyes lighting up and swinging, and whoop, where's the ball? Here it comes. So Van Steensel. Oh, gets a line drive straight back at him. Oh, and believe it or not, that ball was in his mitt for about 9/10 of a second, and he had a look, and was it? And oh, it shuffled its way out of there. With a flick of the wrist, he put it a few metres away from him. And Cam, not being super quick, got up on the line, and it really shuffled Van Steensel. He looked always panicky, and he threw a wild throw to first base. So Choi scores, Cam rounds to second, and everyone goes out to have a little bit of a chat with him, and so it's all right, big fella.
This song is an absentee request, actually, from Sydney. We've got Leo, because it's 9 in the afternoon. Two outs, a 4-3 ball game. Right fielder number 35, Angus Roger.
So Todd just had a quick piff just to make sure everything was okay. That comeback went in his glove, but obviously it might have got a bit of thumb or whatever, but the big fella's quite okay, and he resumes against Angus Roger, who check swings, strike one. With the runner still in scoring position for the Adelaide Bite and Adam Cam. Roger looking to put another run on the board and just extend this very slight lead to the Bite. Leading it 4-3 by one run, and that pitch just down evens the count, 1-1. So good little rally built all around Nate Melendrez's single to lead it off. Hit pitch ball, fly 7, double centre right by Choi. Strikeout, a wild throw by Van Steensel. And Eunice, Boss Monaroa, wanted it, but Jacob was in much better shape, called him out, made the out. That retires the Bite, completes 5. And they take a slender one-run lead. 4-3 the scoreline. Short break. See you soon. So welcome back, everyone. Top six, another excellent ball game here at Norwood Oval, where we got the Adelaide Bite taking a slender little one-run lead here with a 4-3 scoreline. And it's really now going to come down into the manager's hands and the quality of bullpens, because it's right on the edge here for the big Ruzic. Make or break time for him. And even little things like that, and again, not being critical, but Chris Adamson and just flashing a glove and it deflects off and Roo walks off the mound disappointed with himself, but got to catch that ball and just keep everything as tidy as possible. Keep his spirits as high as, because if he can go and get as deep as he can, it's going to provide the Adelaide Bite every opportunity to take this very important game. So some great catches, great fielding, solid work behind the dish from the catcher. All getting behind the big fella as Snelling hammers that one down the left field line, and it deflects out of the stand and straight to Ben Lodge, who piffs it back in. So 2-2 count. Ruzic, slider, driven hard, centre right field, right back to the fence. One bounce, hits the fence. Snelling rounds first for a stand-up double to the big fella and get the Blue Sox moving. Exactly what the Blue Sox were after. And they were courting that the relief pitcher can get moving and get hot. This leash will be very, very short on Ruzic. So Jeff Klein looking to capitalise on that lead-off double by Snelling. Takes a pitch outside for ball one. Ruzic, a little up, ball two. So put himself in the hole here on a 2-0 count with the free swinging Klein and runner on second. It's do or die for Ruzic right here, right now, as he delivers. That's outside, ball three. He gets a strike in. Gets some acknowledgement from hitter Klein. 3-0 count, taking all day. And he found the outside edge for strike one. So 3-1 count. Ruzic gets one up and in and walks Klein. Brings Monaroa to the plate. For not the first time in this series, crucial situation. And manager Harris making a visit, and that'll be the end of Ruzic. And we'll see Jason Daniels come to the mound. Take this opportunity to have a short break. Pete will leave it on and let you see the preliminaries. I'll be back in a moment. So welcome back, everyone. Hope you're enjoying this telecast. It's another cracker of a ball game here, and there's been nothing splitting these teams. We've had everything in this series, all sorts of things, a couple of controversial situations, players crashing through fences, home runs, outs at the plate. Been a really good series, played by a couple of good teams. As Daniels throws to Monaroa, misses outside. 2 balls. As I mentioned before, the big boss has had many opportunities with runners in scoring. Last couple of times he's picked a walk, so well done. But I'm sure he'd like to crush one somewhere and really lift his spirits. So with runners on first and second for the Blue Sox, none out. Daniels gets one over. 3-1 count. So a big pitch here for Jason Daniels from the set. Delivers. Gets it down the middle. Monaroa pops it up. It's in not fair territory. Foul ball. Full count. None out. Snelling on second. Klein on first as runners for the Sox. And the big boss looking to at least tie, if not regain, the lead here for the Blue Sox. And he hammers that around the corner, and that misses. He's 8 inches foul of the first base line. As Daniels delivers again, and that's fair. That's in there. He got this one through, Choi. Roger takes it, gets it in. Snelling can't get past third base. He's held up, but that loads it up. Crashing base hit to right field by Monaroa. So Shane Benson, who has really struggled, takes a first pitch strike. Been really battling to find anywhere near the middle of his bat. So it's a real challenge for Shane here to knuckle down for his team with none out and do a job, get a pitch out there, but he swings through a breaking pitch and kicks the dirt in the process. Frustration just written all over his face. He too would be happy to get back to his beautiful home state and regather, because he's had a stinker, and he gets another breaking pitch that he lunges at that was going to be a ball and tips it to the ground, foul, just to hang in there. That's his state of mind at the moment. Certainly not thinking he could go long ball. Barely thinking he can get bat on ball. Not trying to be too harsh on the lad, but he's really fighting it in there. So Daniels delivers outside. Ball. Waste pitch. 1-2 count. None out. Bases bulging. Crucial. What's Daniels got for us? From the set. Breaking pitch. Well supported by Adamson. In the dirt. Blocks it and kept it in front. Good pitch by Daniels. Thinking Benson would go fishing, but to his credit, he held back. Now he'd be feeling a little bit more comfortable on a 2-2 count. Fastball, driven. Got it through shortstop. One scores. So Benson, from nearly the mission impossible, gets an RBI single. Tie this ball game up at 4 apiece. So 4 apiece here. Top of the 6th. It's Daniels to Eunice. Just misses outside. So not an easy position for a reliever to come into. And you need to own some good stuff to be a competitor in this league. And Daniels is going to find out today whether he's got it. He throws a strike. Very important pitch for him. Does a little bit of flick work with the rosin bag. As Andrew Kittredge jumps into the bullpen for the bite. Good sign to see the big fella backing up for his team. Misses outside. It's a massive challenge for Jason Daniels. Playing club ball here in Adelaide for the mighty Woodville Senators. Doing a little bit of Sunday work for the Bite in their home games. And he delivers again. Gets a fastball. Eunice goes long and deep with it to right field. Roger takes the catch. Klein tags and scores. So 1 out with runners in the corners. And Jacob Eunice does another great job for his team, driving a ball hard out to right field for a sac fly. So JD Williams he pops one right, strong and deep into centre field. Again, going way back to the fence. And Lattimore takes the catch and crashes back through the panels. So the men in blue will confer there. Because Lattimore took the catch and smashed back through the panels. They get an extra base. So although JD is out on another sack fly to the Sox to give them a 2-run lead, they still, with 2 out, are an opportunity to grab another run. A little bit more repair work out at centre left field so that we get those CSI men back on the job. I'll give you a rest from my voice for a sec. Grab a refreshment. We've got a ball game on our hands. Seesawing battle through the 6th. We see you in a moment. So some more running repairs here at Norwood Oval. Some more panel beating to be done during the week as Daniels piffs a ball outside to Penpraise. Hit a long shot caught over the centre left fence at his last at bat. He takes ball 2. No, he takes strike 1, I'm sorry. Late call from the blue, and Penpraise certainly not willing to say too much in the batter's box. Shapes back in on a 1-1 count. Gets one off the handles. It goes fly, high, foul down the right field line. So Daniels to Penpraise. Gets a breaking pitch. Hits a ground ball to Melendrez. Shortstop. Fires it over to Choi for the out. Penpraise throws his helmet miles away from first base coach and expects him to go over there and get it. in another little petulant act from the shortstop. We'll be back in a moment. Blue Sox regain the lead, 6-4. So Van Stencil starts Adamson up with a up and out fastball that he swings through for strike one. How are we all going out there? You lost contact with me here. You're nice to hear from anyone out there just to let us know how we're travelling. It's one of the Blue Sox fans. So Adamson strikes out here, as I just communicated with one of the Blue Sox men who were just discussing that catch by Lattimore out at centre left. And Catebread gets a fastball up and out. Ball one. And he just misses outside. Ball two. Comes again, the big right-hander. That's up. Ball three. And gets one inside. 3-1 count. One out. Bottom six. Blue Sox 6. Adelaide bite 4. This game has been up and down and in and out, which would tell you that it's still anyone's game. As Catebread hits a foul ball into the grandstands for fill the count. He comes again and walks Catebread. So he puts the lead off on Van Stencil with, we get back to the top of the lineup, the real area of concern for the Blue Sox with Melendres, Lodge, Welsh, Choi, Lattimore and Cam, sorry.
The shortstop, number 23, Nathan Melendres.
So Nate Melendres, who swings through one for strike one. Looked like he fooled him a little bit there. Nate not Doesn't normally put a half swing on it. So it might have been a nicely disguised little change up from Van Stencil as he delivers. Gets one just low and out. Even the count, 1-1. So the big righty, the setup guy, Van Stencil, delivers. Ooh, and Melendrez was all over that pitch. Foul ball. So 1 ball, 2 strike count. Runner on first, 1 out. Bottom 6, Sox by 2. Melendrez gets one outside, and as he did in his previous at-bat, got an outside pitch and pulled it to shortstop. Did a bit the same there. And certainly appreciate with 2 strikes, you're desperately looking to put bat on ball. It looks like he's just a fraction out of sorts. Be nice to see him sit back and look to drive a pitch into centre right field as Van Stencil picks at Cape Bread. Safe. So the very angular Van Stencil from the hip delivers. And that's a better swing from Melendrez, staying on the pitch, fouls it. So we reset and Van Stencil, and there's another good swing. Pitch on the outside part of the plate, and again his timing and body positioning was perfect as he fouls it straight back. So I'd suggest it's going to take a perfectly located change-up or breaking pitch to get Melendrez here as Van Stencil delivers. And that ball's crashed into right field, doing exactly what I asked him to do. Just sat on the ball and drove it to the opposite field, and a classic piece of hitting by Nate Melendrez.
Left fielder, Ben Lodge.
So runners on first and second here, 1 out, bottom of the 6th, chasing a couple the bite as Van Stencil to Lodge, and that ball's in the dirt. Well handled by Klein. So Van Stencil resets. And there's a ball just tagged over the top of Eunice. A difficult shot. Cake bread because of a flare type hit. Just was semi-holding just in case of a catch to Eunice, but it got over the top of him, and Benj Lodge picks up a base hit. So loaded bases with the engine room up for the bite. 3, 4, 5. See if they can take advantage of this situation with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Steph with a flare to 7 and a fly ball to 7 and a long ball to 7. He's been an opposite field man all day. And they've opened the gap for him. JD's gone along the line. And he drives one hard to second base. They're looking for a double play. They get the 6-4. They couldn't finish the double, second part of the double. Just. So Adelaide score a run. Take it to 6-5. And Choi with a stand-up double to the centre-right fence at his last at-bat. Might be looking to go one better here as he takes a pitch downstairs for ball one. A bit of action in both pens, with Kittredge no doubt going to replace Daniels at the start of the 7th. As Luke Wilkins jumps into the pen for the Blue Sox. Hope you're all enjoying things out there. It's a superb game as that pitch is in the dirt from Van Stensel and well handled by Klein again. Be great to hear from you. Live baseball at the 10th innings.com.au. Give us your thoughts. Where are we going in this game? Runners in the corners. Van Stensel up and out. Ball 3. So he probably fancies his chances against Lattimore just that little bit better. And knowing that he's not going to put anything fat down the guts, and he goes up and out again. And he walks Choi. Which might have been a ploy just to give his second reliever a bit of a chance with loaded bases and with two out, all options open. We'll just have a short break because the pitching change has been made and Wilkins will relieve Van Stensel. We'll see you in a moment. So welcome back, everyone, in another ball terror of a game here. A really nice email here from Andrew Barker. Good to good game today. He went to the game last night, saw a good win to the bite. He got a ball signed for his brother's 12-year-old son for his 13th birthday on the 19th. Never been to a Bites game and he likes baseball. Well, mate, I'll get you 4 tickets, okay? And you can bring him on our last series here against the Cavalry. It'll be a good night out for him and for your family. So I'll arrange 4 tickets for you if you can flick me through another email with some contact details, and you can come as a guest of the 10th inning. As Lattimore takes a pitch. Strike 1. So 1-1 count. 2 out. Wilkins trying to get the job done here with loaded bases. In the bottom of the 6th, with the Sox still hanging on to a slender 1-run lead. And that pitch just misses outside. Lattimore watched it all the way over the plate for ball 2. He pops it up. Shallow centre field. Denning comes in, cruises in and takes the catch and finishes off the bite here in the bottom of the 6th. They get 1 run back. They still trail by 1. We'll be back with the top of the 7th very soon. So welcome back, everyone. Top of the 7th here. Another sensational game of baseball in this Australian Baseball League. And Andrew Kittredge comes on to either do a little bit of setup work for a closer, or if he gets on a real roll, go the distance and see if the bite can grab a couple more and get a victory. Ground out. Denning 4-3. hard swing at that pitch for a foul ball from James Robbins.
If it does come down, you will speak. Right, Spencer.
And Kittredge, breaking pitch, gets Robbins swinging through it. Excellent pitch by the heavy throwing Kittredge. Nicely controlled curveball. As he delivers again. And that ball's ripped around the corner by Robbins. That was pitched on the outside part of the plate. He pulled it around the corner for a base hit. So keep on feeding us some info here on this very casual Sunday arvo as I'm sitting here looking for some inspiration. Let us know what you're thinking. Live baseball at the 10thinnings.com.au if you want to contact us. Everyone in Sydney will be on the edge because a very important game for them too in the standings there. As that ball eludes Adamson and Robbins tried to fool us by thinking he might have legged it around a third, but he realised he was kidding himself. Sort of hoping that we might see Matt Williams out here, and Pete and I were just discussing before the game we weren't 100% sure whether he was setting a record for saves as that ball's hard ground ball at second base, and Snelling does about a 7.5 seconder up the line and gets put out on a 4-3. So perhaps you Sydney people could tune us in and let us know what we might expect if the bearded one ventures out onto the mound to close this one out. Is it a record? We'd love to know. So 2 out, runner on third. Kittredge, strike one. On catcher Klein, who's done all of the catching duties. He has a good swing at that outside pitch, but gets a foul tip on it. So a big pitch for Kittredge here. See if he can just keep this game exactly where it is with the bite trailing by 1, and he gets a fastball up and out on a 0-2 count. Little waste pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Kittredge again. Another pitch outside that Klein takes. 2-2. 2 out. Top of the 7th. Blue Sox 6, Adelaide Bite 5. Kittredge again. Another pitch outside. Fills the count. Kept probing away outside, but from an 0-2 count he fills it. Now puts the pressure right back on himself to come straight down the middle. See what old Calvin Klein's cousin Jeff has got to offer, and he pops it up Steph Welsh gets underneath it and takes the catch. So that holds it at bay here with the Blue Sox leading by 1. Go and grab yourself a nice refreshment. We'll have a 7th inning stretch. So here we are, bottom 7. Real tight ball game, as they all have been. Even if scorelines didn't totally indicate, for a large portion of the game, there was nothing in it. And here we are again, same scenario. Cam tries to check swing, but commits for a 1-2 count as the lead off here in the bottom of the 7th. And that pitch is outside, evens it 2-2. And all I get from the Sydney people is fear the beard. So we had to do a bit of research of our own, and if he comes out today in a save situation and does the job, he will set a record with 13 saves in a season. So there's every reason to fear the beard, the superb Matt Williams. He hits a little ground ball. Monaroa, who takes it and makes it relatively easy put out.
Now 1 down, the bottom of the 7th. That brings us to your right fielder, number 35, Angus Rota.
And Roger swings through that pitch from Wilkins for a 1-1 count. And Andrew, thanks very much, mate, for that, and we will do exactly that. I'll organise with the management here, and we will be in touch. They'll probably be at the gate here for you, but we'll let you know, okay? As Wilkins just misses with a curveball up for a 2-2 count. Oh, and a little pitch outside to Roger. Down and out that he gets called a strikeout.
Now with 2 down and the bottom 7. That brings the Flames catcher, Chris Adamson.
So Chris Adamson looking to get some action going here for the Adelaide Bite, who are trailing by 1. And he rolls over on one to shortstop, and Penpraise has to make a good play. Mona Roa hangs with him on the bag. Took a very difficult ball out of the dirt. And although he's a little disappointed, that was close and called safe. Mona Roa just asking whether he got dragged off the bag or what the story was. But Adamson just beat the throw in the 6-5 hole that Penpraise had to work around and get over. It's Josh Cakebread bangs a shot up the middle for a base hit. Advances the tank Adamson to second base. 2 out here. Bottom 7.
And back to the top of the lineup is your shortstop, Nate Melendres.
Nice breaking pitch there by Wilkins for strike 1. On original lead-off hitter for the Bite, Nate Melendres, with runners on first and second, 2 out, bottom 7. Bite chasing a run to get back in this game. Breaking pitch. Melendres bashes it up the middle. Bite score 1 on the RBI single to Nate Melendres. Josh Cakebread gets around to third base. Gives the Bite runners in the corners. 2 out here. We have a tied ball game. And this series continues to ebb and flow. Just when it looks like one team takes a bit of an ascendancy, the other team bounces back. And we see the famous Kude Sung doing some warm-up work in the bullpen. What a position this Blue Sox team is in to have Koo and Williams to go to in closing situations. Whoa, Melendres was skipping the other way then and looked like he might have been moving. As Wilkins has a little pick at him, and he's got a big lead, Nate, and he's got some good wheels. So with 2 out, Lodge at the plate, Wilkins senses the danger and has another pick off. So another excellent game of baseball here at Norwood Oval. Wilkins from the set delivers. Melendrez is off. Fake throw by Klein. He lets him get there. So now two runners in scoring position for the Adelaide Bite here with 2 out. And a lot of pressure on Wilkins to deliver with the free swinging Lodge. Capable of anything. As he sets himself and Wilkins delivers a breaking pitch that Lodge pops to right field. Snelling takes the catch, retires the bite, not before they peg one back to tie this ball game up. We'll be back real soon, top of the 8th. So welcome back, everyone. Top of the 8th here, a tied ball game at 6 apiece. I've got the assistant CEO of the Bite here with me, Mike Murray, who's totally exhausted, so I'm not sure what I'm going to get out of him, but he might at least relieve you from me for a while, perhaps.
Spurlow, I don't want to deprive the fans of the voice, but I'll let you have a breather. You've been going for a couple days strong here anyway. That's a foul off the end of the bat by Boss Monoroa. In our production booth, Spurlow has decided to pick I'm Bossy as his walk-up song for the series. So. That's our attempt at cleverness. As Olsen throws another one down. Now, Spurlow, I'm sure you've already talked about this a bunch, but Richard Olsen must love playing against his former team. Throwing against them has to juice him up a little bit, get that little extra pep behind the ball. as almost identical to the first pitch in the at-bat. Monroe fouls one off. But yeah, in talking to Richard Olson, he pitched here at Norwood last year. And if the stats serve me correct and what I remember from the conversation, I think he ended up serving up a home run. And while it was good last year, we're hoping against it tonight as Monroe fouls off another one.
Yeah, he's a real little pocket rocket, this fella, Richard Olson. Not much of him. Lucky to be 5'8". But as we mentioned before, it's not so much about your size, but it's about your mechanics and what you got in the tank. And Richard Olson's doing a great job in closing duties here, and he's going to have to go a bit deeper tonight and finish the last two. Going to be a big effort from him as Monroe flies that ball deep in foul territory, and that goes into the Wood Street stand. And thank goodness that guy out there's not playing for Australia, because that was a drop catch. Been a great weekend here, Mike. We had plenty of people. Big night last night with the crowd, and you were run off your feet, mate.
Yeah, no, it was a great night here at Norwood Oval. A really energetic crowd, and a corporate Shark Tank down there on the field. There was over 80 people in there all night with a lot of food and beverages flowing. As Monroe fouls another one left. Yeah, it was just a real energetic crowd. We had SA Power Networks here with their kind of New Year's party. Shout out to SA Power Networks, as well as the Asthma Foundation came yesterday as well. And their CEO, David Benson, threw out the first pitch. So yeah, overall, strikeout. It was a long battle, but Olsen sat him down. And that brings up Shane Benson. So yeah, Spurlow, it was a real good night last night, and obviously getting the win is huge. Putting a couple ones away, and it was in the Shark Tank, the corporate field, it was a lot of friends of Steph Welsh. So for him to put that one over last night towards the end of the game and get the cushion there, really shouted them out pretty good last night.
Yes, we're a long way from the Shark Tank up here, but don't worry, we heard them. So they were having a ball in there, and that's what it's all about, introducing some new people. As Benson, who couldn't get a hit in a street fight, has come up with 2 for 2 at his last 2 at-bats. And the Blue Sox would be wrapped with that, as Shane Benson picks up a double to centre left field. And a nice email here from Jeff Cronin, who was here last night with seeing his mate Steph, who he works with, Steph Welsh. And he said he can't get enough of baseball, and his little boy Dean, who's 2-year-old, he loves the game as well. So fantastic for you to come, Jeff, and enjoy your night so much in the Shark Tank, cheering on your buddy. I'm glad you had a great night and you're enjoying the game today, which is excellent. We've got Tyler Hurst's parents, who's on the Blue Sox pitching staff and watching the game from Texas on a cold Saturday night at 11 o'clock at night. They love the Sunday games. They don't have to get up at 2:30 a.m. Video quality is so much better than some of the other teams. So kudos to us, and have a great day. So that's really lovely of you to send us an email with such positive and lovely feedback. So thank you very much. And to the broadcast team, thanks for providing great coverage of the Blue Sox Bite series. And he's telling us to get on the www.mlbforlife.com and check out the top 40 Americans in the ABL. All the best in 2013. Roberto Angotti So thanks a heap, Roberto. Lovely to speak to you. So the speedy Zach Shepherd comes in to do some running duties for Benson. And it goes to show what's on the line in this game, that they don't lose much defensively. And I tip my hat to Shane Benson for gutsing his way through the weekend as that ball's driven to Quincy Lattimore straight away centre field by JD Williams. He takes the catch and the game remains status quo at 6 apiece. We'll be back with the bottom 8th real soon. So the Korean champion, Kudae Sung, comes to the mound for the Blue Sox here with the score at 6 apiece. And with that amazing style of his, completely turning his back to the hitter and wheeling around the big lefty. Well, not so big lefty, but he gets one inside to Welsh, who fouls it off. So 1 ball, 2 strike count. Bottom of the 8th dig. We've got 6 apiece here. I hope you're glued to your seat as Welsh gets a breaking pitch inside that he gets jammed on and hits a ground ball to Eunice, who makes the play. First out for the Sox.
All right, guys, that's 1 down. We've still got plenty more batters to come, including this one, the first baseman, number 47, G-Man Toy!
And a fellow Korean in G-Man Choi takes a first pitch strike. What a thrill it would be for Choi to be facing, no doubt, one of his idols in Koo, and he rolls a slider across for strike 2. 0-2 count. Comes again with a fastball, low and outside, that Choi just got a tip of the bat on to stay alive. So Koo to Choi, bangs it up the middle. Eunice rounds it up, makes the play. 2 out. There's still a little opportunity to go. Are we going to see the beard? Are we going to see the beard? That's the question everyone's asking. Well, the question I'm asking anyway. It's Koo to Lattimore. He sits on a breaking pitch and pops it high. Centre field, Denning just casually camps under it and takes the catch. A very quick inning for Koo as he gets the call from the Blue Sox fans here of Koo. We'll have a short break. We'll be back. Top 9. Game all tied away at 6 apiece. Don't go anywhere. So here we are, folks, back live. Top of the 9th inning. Game all tied away at 6 apiece, and all comes down to the nerve of the pitchers right now. And I see the beard floating around the pen, lurking, stroking that red fluff. Is he going to have an appearance, or are they going to leave it to Koo to get the job done? As Olsen gets pen praise, he pops it. Melendrez calls him out deep, shortstop, directly over the top of second base. Takes a pop fly from Penpraise. So right in the balance, couldn't be tighter, as Olsen delivers first pitch strike to Mitch Denning, on the outside edge. Olsen again gets a breaking pitch over for strike 2. And the little fella that they call Tricky Dicky prepares to deliver again. Gets an outside pitch and ball is slammed into the crowd. Keep on your toes out there, folks. Olsen again delivers pitch outside, waste pitch on an 0-2 count. as he prepares again. Comes with the breaking pitch. He just leaves it upstairs. Ball 2. So 2-2 count. 1 out to Denning. He drives it centre left field. All the way back to the fence. Bounces off. Lattimore tries to make the play and drops the ball in the process. Ends up having to piff it to third to stop Denning going there. So Denning gets a stand-up double. Quality player. Superb piece of hitting. Driven to the base of the fence in centre left. So the drama of this game continues. Now with the very dangerous lefty, James Robbins, DHing for the Sox. There's a swing and a miss at an excellently located fastball, outside edge. And the beard is up. Could we be seeing it, folks? Be awesome to experience seeing a record number of saves by a player in the ABL. That unlucky for some, but maybe not for the bearded one. So Olsen, the runner in scoring position with 1 out, swings through a high fastball and goes down swinging. 2 out. What a series. Even in Sydney. Started a couple of weeks ago. We've seen between these two teams. Going back-to-back 4-game series. They've been exchanging blows the whole time. Survival of the fittest. Who's it going to be today? As Olsen gets one up. Ball 1. So Olsen again. Tries to probe on that outside part. Just misses. Ball 2. Chris Snelling been round the block a few times. Calls time. And we go again. As the crowd goes silent. Olsen delivers. Gets a change up outside. Ball 3. So we're right in the moment here as Olsen prepares and goes again and misses in that same spot just outside. Might have decided between the two of them to put Snelling on. They had the free base. 2 out. Gives the offense additional opportunities now to get this 3rd out. And give the bite a chance to get in the batter's box and have an opportunity to get a bottom of the 9th victory and take a 3-1 series victory against the Blue Sox. But on the flip side, we've got Jeff Klein strides to the plate. He goes after that first pitch and fouls it over the Wood Street stand. Strike 1. Breaking pitch from Olsen. Beautiful pitch. Got him swinging, but hitting inches below the hands and just hitting a little dribbler to the first base coach for strike 2. So an 0-2 count here on Klein. Runners on first and second for the Blue Sox. 2 out. Top 9. 6 apiece. Anyone's game. Olsen delivers again. Blows him away. Another superb effort by Richie Olsen. Retires the Blue Sox in the top of the 9th. So the Adelaide Bite have the chance to take a victory. They'll need a run. And it's not going to come easy. As Koo returns to the mound. We'll have a short break. See you in a moment.
Designated hitter, Adelaide.
So welcome back, everyone. We've got Koo to Klein with Cam in the box. All the K's, the KKK. As Koo rolls in a strike and comes again. Gets a pitch outside. Just looks in so much control today, Koo. Not overthrowing the ball. Just location, location, location. Execution of pitch. And he gets Cam swinging, little foul tip straight into Klein's glove. Strikeout, 1 out. So Angus Roget, he's certainly got a long ball in him. He's got a hell of a task against Kude Sung, and he fouls that one off. So Koo to Rozier. Outside. Ball. And he comes again. Breaking pitch. Leaves it up. Ball 2. So now he'll be coming back in. He just nibbled around for a couple of pitches. And he gets a good pitch. He gets a ground ball. Shepherd, who's come in for Benson, makes a good 5-3. Long throw, playing deep third base. Crowd not happy with the call, but fair enough from where I was sitting. So coup to Adamson. And I was getting a little bit excited with the Matt Williams situation, and perhaps it not being a save situation, there's no doubt that he will come onto pitch, but it may not be in a save situation, but we'll wait and see. It's Koo, gets one to Adamson, who drives it straight to Snelling at right field. Takes a little bucket catch, and he retires the bite. Koo does the job again. Very economical. Great effort by the Korean legend. We'll be back in a moment. So welcome back, everyone. We're in extra inning, which makes it the 10th inning, and this broadcast is brought to you by Andrew Sperling and Peter Wyatt of the 10th inning. So here we are, going extras. Richard Olsen, unless this goes on and on, he's going to have the ball for a while. And of course, the Blue Sox pen and Boss Monaroa pops up left field. Benny Lodge wobbling and shaking and jigging and jagging, but he takes the catch at left field. So Zach Shepherd, sorry. Yes, Zach Shepherd, who replaced Shane Benson in the previous inning. Gets an inside strike from Richie Olsen, doing a great job. And again he delivers. Breaking pitch, leaves it up. Olsen fastball, gets it through Shepherd. He's slippery, quick little Richard Olsen. As we said before, not a huge man, but he puts every sinew of his body in behind every pitch. And he's doing a great job. He gets one up and out. Smashes the mitt. 2-2. One out. Top of the 10th. 6 apiece. Nothing to separate these two sides. And that's a good swing by Shepherd on a pitch down the middle. Fouls it straight back. He comes again. He strikes him out. So Eunice gets one back up the middle, but Olsen, in the process of his follow through, flung the leather in the air. It went straight in, and he runs the ball over to first base to get rid of Eunice and get rid of the Blue Sox. We roll on, bottom 10. What a great game. Stay tuned with us. Let's hear from you. Are you excited as I am? We'll be back in a moment. So welcome back, folks, as Josh Cakebread takes a first pitch strike from Koo. And he wheels around again. There's a slider that just a little low. So ball one. There's an excellent pitch to a lefty. Just threw a slider at his front elbow, the hitter's elbow, and it just spun across the plate. 1-2 count. He comes again, fastball. Cakebread just leans on it, knocks it into centre field for a base hit. lead-off single to Josh Cakebread in the bottom of the 10th here. Gives the Adelaide Bite a little opportunity to play some small ball. See if they can scramble a run over the plate. Melendrez shapes to bunt, gets Monaroa off the bag. In the process, he makes an error. Superb little push bunt by Melendrez. Basically bunts for a base hit. Might go down as an error, but just perfectly positioned in between pitcher and first base. So we get on with first and second, none out. And same, you would be thinking. Benny Lodge to bunt these guys into scoring positions with one out and let Welsh and Koo do the rest. So Koo and Lodge squares to bunt, gets one inside, buckles him. Went right through the hole and upended Lodge, as you would do with Koo, getting a lot of sideway movement on the ball. To be looking to bunt anything, he's got to wait for a pitch that starts a foot outside the plate if he's going to throw sliders, which I think he will. He won't be throwing a fastball. Make him hit it. He does throw one, and Lodge not able to get it in play. Got Monaroa crashing him. Third base and shortstop holding their positions. In case of a bad bunt, so they can force out at 3. So this is where a game of baseball really comes alive and gets extremely interesting. As Koo with Lodge squaring to bunt again inside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Always, and especially in these moments, sportsman tested. And here we go, as Lodge bunts, and it bunts on the plate, and he blows this opportunity now. Maybe they might bunt him through, but I would doubt that. So with none out, first and second occupied. Got a feeling, just by pure body language, that he may be bunting through. No. He goes back up the middle. Possible double play. Oh! Penpraise just flipped one over to Eunice. And then Eunice getting a little ahead of himself and thinking of a spin, turn, throw for a double play. He drops the ball. So loaded bases, none out. Welsh, Choi, Lattimore to come. It is all the Bites' way right now. So lefty to lefty. He gets a pitch up for ball 1. Very difficult with Koo's style for a lefty. But all he's got to do is lift one to the outfield. When I say that's all he's got to do. We've got the infield playing in, the outfield playing shallow. The Blue Sox know it is completely on the line and a catch must be taken. So Koo to Welsh. He gets one, but he hits it foul. What a great game of baseball, folks. Hope you're sitting in your comfort watching this, enjoying the 10th inning broadcast. And it's all on the line. It's Koo to Welsh. He gets a little snick on that and it plummeted into the face mask of Klein. You heard the thud from up in here, even with the crowd noise. So what a game we've got on our hands here. 6-all, bottom 10, loaded bases, none out, engine room, revving it up for the bite. But in this great game, we know anything can happen. And he's lifted one. He's got it out there. He's hit one to the fence. He doesn't have to worry about running too much. The Adelaide Bite take this game 4 victory. Take the series 3-1. Stephen Welsh comes up with the goods. But a great team effort by the Adelaide Bite. And a superb effort by the Blue Sox over this weekend also. My name's Andrew Sperling with my partner Peter Wyatt. We thank you so much for being here with us. We'll be back here in a fortnight where the Bite take on the top of the table Cavalry. Good luck. Great having you with us. We'll see you next time.